three.
Clark on a step back, buries a three. Aggressive take there, banks it home. Clark pushing, Mitchell backdoor late.
Caitlin Clark just showed us what a real-life superhero looks like on the basketball court. Elbows, hard fouls, bad calls, nothing could stop her. By the end of the night, she didn't just win the game, she made history. Want to see how she pulled it off? Picture this. Clark's on fire, dropping a career-high 35 points against the Dallas Wings. She's unstoppable, sinking shots like it's child's play. But this wasn't just another game. It was an all-out war against tough opponents and some seriously unfair odds. You think scoring 35 points is impressive? That's just the start. Clark had to battle through some crazy physical play and calls that'll make your head spin. It's like the refs decided to make her night as tough as possible. But you know what's even crazier? Clark's night was about to get a whole lot tougher. Remember when I said things were about to get tougher? Well, Clark was about to experience a moment that would test even the toughest players' resolve. An elbow to the face is bad enough, but what happened next left everyone in disbelief. How did this controversial call impact the rest of Clark's game?
Clark quickly gets it up court, then got it knocked away. Odyssey cradles it, and a timeout taken by Dallas.
Imagine you're Clark, in the zone, playing the game of your life. You're weaving through defenders, making impossible shots look easy. Then, out of nowhere, you take an elbow to the face. Ouch, right? But here's the kicker. The ref blows the whistle, and you're thinking, finally, some justice. Nope, they call the foul on you. Yeah, you heard that right. Clark got hit in the face and somehow ended up with an offensive foul. Now let's be real, a call like that could mess with anyone's head. It's not just about the pain or the unfairness, it's about how it can throw you off your game. 1 second you're in the flow, the next you're questioning every move. For a lot of players, this could be the moment where everything falls apart.
End off the screen, mid-range jumper.
But Clark right back to Boston, who got inside. Clark off the screen. Clark launches, hits a three!
But Clark, she's built different. Instead of losing her cool or backing down, she did something incredible. She kept her focus laser sharp. It's like the bad call just bounced right off her. She didn't let it slow her down or change her game. Clark kept pushing, kept fighting, kept scoring. You know what's even more impressive? Clark's response after the game. She didn't whine or make excuses. Instead, she said, "That's just not a basketball play, but gotta play through it." That's the kind of attitude that separates the good players from the great ones. Clark showed she's not just talented, she's tough as nails. This moment wasn't just about one bad call. It was about Clark proving she can handle anything thrown her way. She showed everyone watching that she's got the mental toughness to match her physical skills. It's one thing to score when everything's going your way. It's another to keep dominating when the game seems stacked against you. But here's the thing, the refs weren't done testing Clark's resolve. Just when you thought she'd face the worst of it, the game had another curveball coming her way. The physicality was about to ramp up even more, and Clark was right in the crosshairs. Just when you thought Clark had seen it all, the game turned into a physical battle that would test her limits. What if I told you that one team was responsible for most of the flagrant fouls against her this season? The numbers are shocking. Clark's night was about to get even more intense. Picture this, she's on a fast break, charging down the court like a freight train. Suddenly, bam, she gets hit with a hard foul that stops her in her tracks.
Two teams that desperately want to win, diving on the floor, leaving it all out there.
At first, the refs let it slide, but later they upgraded it to a flagrant foul. That's when things got real. Now you might think this kind of rough play is just part of the game, but here's the kicker. Clark's been dealing with this all season long. In fact, 17% of all flagrant fouls in the league this season have been against her. That's not just bad luck, that's a target on her back. But wait, it gets crazier. Remember the Chicago Sky game? Clark faced not one, but 2 flagrant fouls in that matchup alone. One of them was so reckless, the defender didn't even give her space to land after a jump shot. That's not just aggressive, that's dangerous. Here's where it gets really wild. The Chicago Sky aren't just playing rough, they're practically bullying Clark on the court. Get this, 80% of all the flagrant fouls Clark's faced this season have come from the Sky. That's not a coincidence, that's a strategy. So how does Clark handle all this pressure? Like a true champion. After the game, she didn't whine or make excuses. Instead, she said, "That's just not a basketball play, but gotta play through it." That's the kind of attitude that separates the good players from the legends. You'd think all this physical play would slow Clark down, right? Make her hesitate, maybe play it safe? Nope. If anything, it's like adding fuel to her fire. Every hard foul, every missed call, every cheap shot, it just makes her more determined. Remember when I said Clark made history that night? Well, get ready, because this is where it all comes together. All that rough treatment, it was like poking a sleeping giant. In the fourth quarter, Clark transformed into something unstoppable. Ever heard of Megatron? Well, Clark was about to make that nickname look tame. Picture this, Clark's on fire, weaving through defenders like they're standing still. She's sinking shots from impossible angles, making passes that seem to defy physics. It's like she's playing on a whole different level. The crowd's going wild, and even the opposing team can't help but watch in awe. But here's the thing, Clark wasn't just putting on a show, she was closing in on something big, really big. You see, there's this rookie scoring record that's been standing for ages. 744 points, set by Samana Augustus. It's a number that's been looming over rookies for years, seeming almost untouchable. Clark, though, she's not just aiming to touch it, she's about to blow right past it. With every basket, every free throw, she's inching closer. The tension in the arena is electric. Everyone's counting the points, holding their breath. Will she do it? Can she break the record? And then it happens. Clark sinks another shot, and boom, she's done it. 746 points for the season. The crowd explodes. Her teammates are going crazy. Clark's just smashed a record that stood for over a decade, and she's made it look easy. But here's what's really insane. This wasn't just about breaking a record. It was about how Clark did it. Under pressure, with everyone gunning for her. She didn't just survive, she thrived. That's not just talent, that's next level mental toughness. Think about it. All season long, Clark's been dealing with hard fouls, questionable calls, and teams trying to throw her off her game. But instead of cracking, she used it all as fuel. Every challenge just made her stronger, more determined. And that's what makes this moment so special. It's not just about the points, it's about Clark proving she's got what it takes to be a true leader in the WNBA. She's showing everyone that she can handle anything the league throws at her and come out on top. You know what's even crazier? This is just the beginning for Clark. She's not just playing like a veteran, she's setting a whole new standard for what rookies can do in this league. She's changing the game, one record-breaking performance at a time. Caitlin Clark just showed us what a true basketball legend looks like. She faced brutal fouls, bad calls, and even took an elbow to the face. But did she back down? No way. Clark pushed through it all and dropped a career-high 35 points. That's insane. But here's the thing. This game wasn't just about one night. Clark's changing the whole WNBA game. She's setting a new bar for what rookies can do. And get this, she's already broken the rookie scoring record. 746 points in a season, that's next level stuff. You know what's even crazier? This is just the start for Clark. She's not just playing basketball, she's redefining it. So keep your eyes on her because Clark's journey is far from over. She's not just a player, she's a hero on and off the court.